Yes, we are live. Welcome, my dear friends. Welcome back to another beautiful episode of Zero Point Healing Show. This is episode number 53. And in this show, we are going to talk about awakening to all that you are through quantum consciousness experience. And this is going to be an amazing session where we are talking about the truth of what we are. And this is personally my favorite topic to talk about. And at the end of the session, the guest today is also going to do an amazing healing meditation for us to just give us an experience for just 10 minutes. So please stay tuned until the end to have this amazing experience. All right, so before I move on to my guest today, a short intro about me. I'm Vishnupriya and I'm certified in multiple different healing modalities. And I'm the founder of zeropointhealing.com, which is a web directory of all healers, therapists, and facilitators. And it has been my inspiration. This platform is one of my passion, one of the purpose, which I'm here for. And I believe when we all unite together, all the healers and facilitators who are transforming this world, who are here to help the earth, who are here to help the humanity raise consciousness. So what I'm doing with this platform is bringing together this strong community of people who are here striving and working for the betterment of humanity, I should say. So that's what Zero Point Healing is all about. And this also provides it's also a beautiful platform for the clients to come in and search for the exact healer and the exact healing modality that a person needs at a certain time. In my own life, I've faced multiple different problems, and I knew that they were healing solutions for all of that. But I had to take the hard route of finding different people, searching through Google and letting the universe show me through some way. But in order to help remove that obstacle and giving an easy platform for the clients where clients can come in and search for what specific problem they have, and they can find the right healer through the platform. So that's what it is all about. If you are looking for solutions for your own problems, I'm sure Zero Point Healing has the solution for your problem. You can go there, you can search for the healer, for the therapist, for the facilitator, for the healing modality that can help you. And if you are a healer or therapist or facilitator yourself, you can go ahead and register at zeropointhealing.com. And if you're interested in one such interview with me, I welcome you for that as well. You can contact me. All right, so I'm now moving on to my guest here. Welcome, Christine. Thank you so much for being with me today. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey, and how quantum consciousness entered into your life.
Hi. Yeah, so first I would like to say I share your passion with, everything that you're doing. And thank you very much for bringing all of the healers together on your platform. I really think that this is a wonderful thing that you're doing. So where I came from, so I was one of those kids that had a lot of daydreaming type of things going on. I was really sensitive to others' energies and things like that as I was growing up. And so come to find out throughout exploring my learning path, I found out that I'm an empath, and that was the best way for me to learn. And so I went as an empath and kind of intuitively moving through kind of like what you were talking about a little bit, where you're kind of like searching for and hoping that, the energies bring the right people to you at the right times. As I was going through my learning career of being an educator, I was a teacher for a very long time, I was working with a lot of students, and finding out that when I was in a room with the students, I always saw them as beautiful light beings that were much more than the, you know, little, the student that was just sitting there, that they, I found them to be brilliant. And everything that they said was just like profound to me. I was like, you're brilliant, so and so I kind of took that path as far as educating and working with students, more one-on-one. I kind of moved myself out of the classroom and working with students more on one-on-one on a spiritual kind of level, where I would work with them on their learning, but I would also work in a way that would allow them to feel the knowing. And we'll be talking about that a little bit later when we talk about the quantum consciousness. But, I always came to a session with my students and even adults, and I always just am amazed at, I guess, people see things with their eyes, but I always saw things more on an energy level, and how bright, beautiful beings are sitting in front of me with all of these wonderful things to offer. And I always wanted to make sure that the child that I was working with, or the adult that I was working with, felt that about themselves. And so that kind of is how I kind of got down the path of, through different myriad of yoga for kids, and educational kinesiology, and being a health coach, and trying nutritional things for people to kind of get into sync with themselves. And along that journey, I was introduced to Peter Smith and his book, Quantum Consciousness: The Journey Through Realms. And I was able to take his quantum consciousness training. And the first day that I was there, I was like, this is it. This is exactly what I've been searching for. Not only for my own path of learning, but I can't wait to share this with people. I can't wait for people to understand that it really is just this simple. It's just really this simple. And to really know everything that you are, and how loved you feel on the journey, and how everything is within you, and it doesn't have to do with anything outside of yourself. It's all right here in you. And as soon as I took the training, I took some of those concepts, and when I started working with some of my students, and you know it was completely different. I was speaking to them holding the energy in a different way, speaking to them in a different way, and it made all the difference for them, and for me, and for our experience of learning together was so much brighter and bigger. So anyway, so that's why I came to quantum consciousness, and why I now am doing it, because it is such a beautiful, I love that I get to sit back and hold what I already know about people, that they're magnificent, and I get to just hold that energy for them and allow them to expand and be everything that they already are, and learn all about it. It's one of those things where you say, your soul has always been waiting to meet you, and you get to see all of that, everything that you are. And at the end of the journey, when you return, it's I found it to be almost like my life was foggy and became crystal clear. And so anyway, that's where my journey came from quantum consciousness.
That's so beautiful, and I love your journey where you already had that empath in you, and then when you found quantum consciousness, it perfectly resonated. And now I see why you chose the topic as well, awakening.
Yes.
Awakening to all that you are. So a lot of viewers who are viewing these might not know what awakening is and what all that you are means. So let's go
Yes.
into that. What is it?
Okay. So I guess the best way to say awakening would be that you are in this present time and in this present moment, in this present body, and you do your life on an everyday basis based on what comes at you in this physical realm in front of you, you know busy life, calendars, work, computers, Zooms, all the things that are going on. And so I think that is, so an awakening is when we rest in ourself and step away from all of that busy, and we allow ourselves to expand and see, and experience something more. And when you are able to get into the relaxed meditative state of a quantum consciousness, it allows you to really view view, if you want to say that, your entire being, as something completely different, and it opens your eyes to all the different aspects of you. And so I guess the best way I would say an awakening would be that you get to wake up to all the wonderful parts that you already have inside of you, and you get introduced to them in this journey.
That's nice. So again, going into the all that you are part of it.
Ah.
So now
Mm-hmm.
explaining it from the quantum consciousness perspective, tell us what a person might go through in a quantum consciousness session, and how long might be the course, so the session, and what
Mm-hmm.
is the journey that they are taken through, and how the transformation happens.
Okay. Yeah. So quantum consciousness is about 2 hours experience. I usually leave maybe a half hour more, because so it, because when you are in an expanded state of deep meditation, sometimes people want to spend a lot of time there. So 2 hours will take you through several realms of your consciousness. For example, a deep relaxation then will take you through your present consciousness, which is the awareness of who we are in this body, in this time, and in this space. And then we expand further to our stored consciousness, which is the past, present, and future selves of who you are. So anybody that you were in the past, anybody that you are now, or anybody that your future self of that is coming. Then you will expand to alternate consciousness, which is the point, which I love this part. I think this is so cool that you get to do this. The point of a decision point in your life that you would like to explore the other side of. So you made it. In our life, we're on a path, and we make all of these decisions that lead us down certain paths. But what if you made another decision and you did the other thing you were thinking, which is something I love, because you can really explore that and see the other side of a decision that you made. Then we expand to a parallel consciousness, which is various lives that you are living in other times and other places. So what I like to say about the parallel consciousness, and then the next one is the interdimensional consciousness, and then eternal consciousness, which is, just living in, or just feeling the expansion of being one with the oneness of everything. And what I like to say about the last three realms that we talk about is that it is that we work in the quantum. And so there is no real time or space, or we're not living, our mind is expanded outside of our linear thinking. So those are sort of, could be anything, the parallel consciousness, the interdimensional consciousness, which is exploring your existence in other dimensions, and eternal consciousness is one with your true self. And all of those things could be anything that you want them to be. And I often encourage people in a session to really let go of any boundaries that you've ever been taught or might think that you need, because anything goes. And that's the best experience, is just let yourself, just anything goes. And when you're out in those expanded states, whatever comes is supposed to. And the trust, and that you know inside of you that everything is perfect, happening in the right time, in the right experience. So this whole thing, going through all of the realms of consciousness. So and when you're in that eternal expanded state of being one with your true self, the feeling is ultimately the most beautiful. In my personal experience, I do have to say that it was amazing, because I literally was beating with the heartbeat of the universe, and it was beautiful. And that feeling, I don't think will ever, now that I've experienced that, I can go there whenever I need to be one with the everything. I know exactly what that feeling is. I feel that feeling, and I can go there. And I know that then I'm good. It's like it brings you right back into that, oh, I'm good. I'm one with everything. I'm I don't know. It's just a beautiful feeling. So anyway, so then you come back and you're changed forever from this experience. As I said, that I can feel that resonance with the the universe, and I'm changed forever because of it. And I might say that I've sort of kind of taken a little bit of a sidewinder pathway. And I was an educator teaching in a classroom and teaching kids, and now I'm working with them on a more energetic and healing pathway. And because of quantum consciousness has definitely, changed my life forever. And anybody that has had their journey has definitely, proclaimed that, that there's, they don't feel as anxious, they feel much lighter. One person even said, like, I feel kind of like I'm floating, because you're just, all of a sudden, there's just so much that's lifted off of you, because it's not all that. You can let go. Everything's good now, So anyway, that's my,
Yes.
I could go on and on about the feeling of it. So thank you.
I know I had a quantum consciousness session myself, and I clearly understand now what this is all about and how a session feels like. So maybe to just give a quick feedback on that, so viewers listening to this can feel what it is actually. So I come from a past life regression therapy background. I am certified past life regression therapist. So since I had that experience, I was expecting maybe quantum consciousness or something similar to that, because again, it's very comparative, I feel. But then when I did the quantum consciousness session, it was like a totally different experience, because it's taking us totally to a different dimension, that we exist and we are existing. We are a multidimensional being living in different dimensions at the same time. And there are these higher realms that we can go to. And what's happening is we are in this kind of human being state in this 3D earth. But when we get access to those higher realms, when we go through that journey of seeing us and feeling us, what's happening in different dimensions. And I went through, I think, 4 or 5 different dimensions, or whatever you want to call it as. And one of it went through my ancestors. I was able to meet my ancestors. There's huge number of them in my session. And then another scene, I was able to see my guides and angels. I was in that realm, and they were blessing me, they were giving me messages which absolutely changed my life after that. And then finally, I think I went through this totally light realm, where all I saw was the light spinning around, and I felt as if I'm in the inside of that light, and it was like as if healing me. And right after the session, it was like a new me, because I have had this experience, this energetic vibrations that increasing as we move through these different realms. And wow, my life totally changed after that, is what I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's quickly go into the meditation that you have for us. I hope I just shared my experience so viewers know what it feels like. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's get
definitely.
started. Christine is going to
Mm-hmm.
do a beautiful meditation for us, which is, I think, the first small part of quantum consciousness, just the expansion portion of it, just for a quick 10 minutes. Let's get started, Christine.
Okay, wonderful. So what I ask is that everybody that's listening um, sit in a comfortable space, sit comfortably, and take a deep breath. And as you exhale, feel yourself sink into your seat. Take another deep breath, close your eyes, and on the exhale, feel yourself in your space, in your body, in this moment. Relax and just be. As we are bringing our awareness to being in this room or your room, take a deep breath, and on the exhale this time, feel yourself fill the room. Fill the room with you. Feel yourself floating in the room. And now take yourself and expand slowly, floating out of the room, moving above your home, expanding and floating further. Feel yourself floating and looking down on your neighborhood. Floating and expanding further, you see your state, the country, how beautiful everything looks as you expand further out above the clouds into the atmosphere. You're expanding yourself further out. And at this moment, allow yourself to feel freedom, the freedom of your expansion, the freedom of light, weightlessness of your whole being. And just hover, kind of like a satellite, and observe the beauty out above the earth. Take a deep breath, and as you float effortlessly, you feel connected, full of light and energy as you float like a satellite through the universe. As you're expanded, take a moment and connect with all the universe, all that there is, the limitlessness that you feel at this moment. Take a moment, and as you feel the limitlessness and the energy of all the universe, draw in that energy into you. You feel the beautiful exchange between the energetic universe and you. And it starts to almost feel like ocean waves, back and forth as the universal energies come into you and as you expand into the universe. You are so much more than you believe. Expand further and become one with this feeling, with this healing wisdom of the universe, and draw that to you. Surround yourself with this beautiful feeling of expansion. Allow yourself to be open to any beings or messages that might come to you at this time for healing and wisdom of all that you are. Draw in your healing and wisdom. Listen and feel this healing message, and remember, it is a gift for all that you are in your magnificence. And as you take a deep breath in, you start to return back to the earth with your healing and wisdom. And as you return to the earth through the clouds, coming back now, you are seeing your country, your state, the city, and you feel yourself gently hovering above your neighborhood. You see your home, your room, and you feel good, full of wisdom and healing in your sitting space. You are here now in this moment, in this time full of light and protection to carry through your day. And as you open your eyes and feel and know you are much more, remember, write down any healing or wisdom that came to you during this expansion. You are here in this present moment, in this present body. And when you feel ready, you may open your eyes.
Wow, I really loved the way you did it. It was quick and easy, as well as at the same time, I feel that was a beautiful, short quantum consciousness session by itself. That's so beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that of course is just the beginning of a wonderful journey, where, when you're expanded in that state and you have, all the six realms that you get to expand out to and explore. And, so that's just the beginning. So that's a wonderful introduction to, a wonderful experience that, anytime I'm here.
That's beautiful. So tell us a little bit about the services that you're offering and any programs that you might have.
Yeah, so I am available currently online to do online sessions for quantum consciousness experience. And I do, usually I do a 30-minute free consultation, and then I'll do a 2-hour, 2.5-hour session. And you can find me, of course, with the links that you have provided.
Yeah, I've put that
and
link.
then, perfect, thank you. And then also, we are also going to be hosting in August, coming up very soon, a Living Quantum Consciousness, which is going to be an online course, which is more of a group rather than a one-on-one. And it is going to be able to bring you along this pathway of experiencing a quantum consciousness living on a day-to-day basis, how you can, walk through your life and take quantum consciousness with you. So we will be discussing all the realms in our online course, and you will be learning from myself, Pat O'Malley, another instructor, and of course Peter will be there. So it will be a fabulous trio of quantum consciousness facilitators that where you can learn how do you do this in your everyday life? How do we, walk through our life and do this? So, hopefully in August we'll see a lot of people signing up for our course. And of course, now is a great time to start your journey with me. And also, you can hit up the Institute for Quantum Consciousness website. There is a plethora of wonderful facilitators and information there too.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And yes, that is amazing. The living quantum consciousness. That's, I think, the next step of quantum consciousness. That's so beautiful. Yeah. No, thank you so much, Christine, my dear viewers. We have the link of Christine in the box below. You can click on that. You can do a free 30-minute consultation with her. With quantum consciousness, what I felt was, regardless of the type of problems that you're having in your life, whether it is financial, whether it is relationship, whether it is health, or any other problems or issues that you might be facing in your life, quantum consciousness session experience can totally transform all of that. So regardless of whatever it is that you are currently facing as a challenge in your life, you can just book a 30-minute consultation, discuss with Christine about it, and see if quantum consciousness can help you. And if so, you can do a session with her and get this wonderful experience. Again, it's one experience that is never ever forgettable. It's going to be an unforgettable experience for you, and it's like totally up leveling, upgrading the life altogether. So you can click on the link, book a session with her, and we also have a 10% off discount coupon code for you just for watching this interview today. So the coupon code is 0 point. While you're contacting Christine, you can tell her about the coupon code as well. Thank you so much, Christine. Any final words?
The only final words that I have is thank you for doing this, and that the best thing that we can do for each other right now is just hold each other in love. And everybody, the whole world, if you do the demo meditation that I just did, if you just do that, and just by the expansion experience, hold everybody in love, and really feel that wonderful love for the whole world and everybody in it.
That's so beautiful message. Thank you so much, my dear viewers. I'm going to see you in the next show. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe and share it with as many people as you can. The more we can spread this, the more help we will be able to offer, especially if you have friends or family who are going through any kind of major challenges in their lives. You can just give them this meditation. They can also get the information. They might be interested in booking a free consultation, from there. So please do share this video as much as possible. Thank you so much for all your support.
Thank
I'll see
you.
you next time.